Good afternoon or morning. It's still morning. I'm about to do some laundry. What should we talk about today? I had a couple things. I don't know exactly what to focus on. Right now, I'm going to say soul ties because it's on my mind. And so soul ties, if you don't know, are connections, invisible connections between two or more people. Soul ties are definitely associated with
sensual union.
X is a solidifier that ties the knot. And I don't know for sure because I haven't looked into it, but I get the idea and the feeling that that's probably where getting married came from, is tying the knot. Because traditionally you're supposed to get married. Traditionally you're supposed to be a virgin. Get married, go on your honeymoon, whatever. That's where I think it came from. So Google it, look it up, see if that is true for me, because it makes sense. But since tying the knot is a soul tie, and people out here getting married on paper, is basically on a spiritual level marrying a multitude of people. Marrying and divorcing, marrying and divorcing, marrying and divorcing. And if you look at it like that, you will see that, again, this is the God of the world, which is Lucifer. This is the way his world works. It would only make sense to trick us and, oh, marriage means piece of paper, sign it. Sign your life away to marriage. And that's when you know you're married. If you don't want to lock yourself up in marriage, don't get married on paper. All this time, your ignorance makes you think you're free and not tying any knots, but you're tying a knot every time you have sex.
Sensual union.
So there's that. So you might want to check yourself. If you do care, find out how to sever those knots, and hopefully you don't have too many. I also want to mention that I have heard people, preachers and stuff, talk about soul ties and all the stuff I just said to some degree, and said it in a very negative way because it is a sin. But then I'm like, what about those people who are victims, who did not ask, who basically were, the big R? What about those people? Who's guilty in that situation? And unfortunately, like many things, people are guilty by association. And I would say to those people that they have the strength, they have the power to choose. They are not victims. On a spiritual level, they can free themselves of the soul tie that was enforced on them. Find out how. My advice is go to Yahusha. Find out how and make your own steps to free yourself of the violation that someone else has put that sin upon you, because they're a sinner. And they would pay. God says, vengeance is mine. Somewhere, somehow, they are paying for what they've done, even if it's not the way you want to see it. Maybe it's not in your face. Oh, they're staying up crying all night. Maybe they have an addiction. That's a hell all in itself. Maybe their health is going downhill. Maybe they have cancer. Maybe they have enemies, other enemies. They're always on the run. Maybe family members are tearing his heart apart, or her. God, they pay their dues, and you clean up yours. And with that said, soul ties aren't
just from sensual union. It's also
probably the strongest one. The soul ties can be created through emotional connections. And that is why I also think that people cheating, creating a relationship outside of their relationship, their marriage or whatever, it is a form of cheating, because you can create a soul tie even if you never touch the person. And you have to be aware of that and have professional boundaries. So once I learned a lot of these things, I learned and I practiced for years to, like, if I go to someone's house, like if I had a girlfriend and she had a husband and I was invited to go to the house, I will wait outside until she gets here. I never go into my friend's husband's or boyfriend's house. Or I will try to meet up in close proximity of her arrival, and or, yeah. I just don't make room for anything like that. And, yep. Just don't make room for it. In a relationship, you don't make room for it. Just don't make any room for it. I think if people sit there and try to fit in deceit in the cracks, that there's always going to be cracks. No one's perfect. 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, and they're constantly trying to jam in some conspiracy in your where were you from this time to this time, and they're jamming conspiracies up. That's not you, that's them. And you need counseling, you need God, you need Jesus or Yahusha, or you need to separate because God wants unity and teamwork and forgiveness and grace and encouragement and strength, and all those are very positive things. So if you can't start that ladder of everything I just said, they should start it. Someone needs to start it. Don't just give up. Be like, yeah, you keep making all these conspiracies and we don't need to be together. And that may be true to some degree, but you can change that. And someone can start the reversal of the negativity and try to work it out that way. Because if you reverse it, hopefully they'll reverse it, and then it'll become the figure 8 of giving, loving, respecting, forgiving, grace, strength, love, fun, joy, all the stuff. Just giving back what you're giving. Constant recycling of love. Constant recycle. I won't be with anyone who will not contribute to that cycle. But good luck.